my presentation, it will be an honor for you guys, for me to explain a little Pohnpeian history about a man that's been a great influence to me, as well as the mass majority of the people of Pohnpei. And I believe that this man, without his works of reconciliation, would have shaped the way Pohnpei it is today. So this man is a man named Henry Nanpei. And you may notice that Henry and I have the same last name. And that is because he is my great-great-great-great-grandfather. And I'm not sure if you can see the resemblance between us, but I'm wondering if you guys can see the resemblance between us. Is that, yeah. Before I talk about him, I would like to give you a little background information of what was going on during this time period. So, during the early 1800s, it was the beginning of American whalers coming to FSM, and they will come to stock up on supplies and trade with the locals of mass amounts of fruits, vegetables, and fresh waters. And in return of that, they would give in things less values, such as clothing and tobacco. But during this trading, they formed a really good relationship, and some even stayed back to live on the island and set their lives, the rest of their lives there. So here's a picture of Henry Nanpei when he's a young child with his family. And you can see by the outfits that they're wearing that he was very influenced by the local traditions and culture. To the right of him is his father, who was a very well-respected traditional leader. His title was called the Nankin of Kichi. And the Nankin of Kichi, amongst the rest of the chief in this area, was ranked number 2. And that made him a really important man. To the left of him is his mother. And the interesting about his mother is that her father, Henry's grandfather, was actually an American whaler. And he decided to stay on Pohnpei and make his living there, and working his way up to being the man in charge of the trading company, the trading system. So you can see just from his parents, he has the influence of both the traditional chiefs and the settlers. But the whalers were not just the only person who came to contact to the FSM. It was also the Christian missionaries. This picture here is the fellowship that came to the islands over 100 years ago, and yet, surprisingly, they're still in operations today. But their main mission wasn't just to spread the gospel to the people of the islands. They also wanted to educate the people. Educate them in ways of being more engaged, of using the land and being more productive with what they got. So Henry Nanpei and a few other individuals was the first of this converters. And it is exciting for me to say that he was considered the most talented, gifted, and successful person out of all of them, which led to his way to making himself the most influential traditional religious leader in Pohnpei. This was a key factor in this legacy, because there's this man here now that's both a traditional leader and now this new way of leading, which is in religion. But that didn't stop there. Through his education through the missionaries, he became very intelligent and also took over his grandfather's role of leading the trading business and started his own store. And at that same time, the Spanish government was taking over Pohnpei, and a lot of the locals did not like that. But Henry took full advantage of this because he knew that this could be a great asset to him. So what he did was he became extremely connected with them by learning the language, and soon became the main link between the Spanish and the locals, thus making his business one of the most successful ones on the island. But at the same time, he was very connected with the local people as well, offering them many jobs, and allowing them to shop at the store with credit in payment of labor and sometimes land. So this is just a small portion of his legacy, but the people of Pohnpei really admired him and respected him, and in evidence, they created this huge monument for him, showing that what he has done as a great leader, both in all aspects of culture, religion, and business. This man has been a very big influence to me, and I hope he is to you. Thank you.